Some days, even turning on the stove feels like too much. Not because you can't cook, but because today you simply don't have it in you, and that's completely normal. Today's video is for exactly those days. 12 meals, every single one made without turning on a single burner. No stove, no oven, just real food, ready when your energy isn't. Number 1, tuna and cracker plate. This is about as effortless as a real meal gets, and it requires nothing more than opening a can and arranging a few things on a plate. Drain a can of tuna and place it on a plate. Add a handful of whole grain crackers, a few slices of cucumber, and a spoonful of mayonnaise on the side if you'd like to mix it in. Season with a little salt and pepper. That's the entire meal. No chopping required beyond a few slices of cucumber, and even that can be skipped entirely if today isn't a cucumber kind of day. On the days when even standing at a counter for 5 minutes feels like a lot. A meal like this means you still get something real in your stomach without asking anything difficult of yourself. Tuna is also one of the most efficient sources of lean protein and omega-3 fatty acids you can get from a can, supporting heart health and brain function without any added saturated fat, which makes this an unusually nutrient-dense meal for how little effort it takes to prepare. Number 2, deli meat and cheese roll-ups. This takes less effort than making a sandwich, and it still gives you a satisfying amount of protein without any cooking or even any bread required. Take a few slices of deli meat, turkey, ham, or whatever you have on hand, and lay a slice of cheese on top of each one. Roll them up individually. Arrange on a plate alongside a few crackers or some sliced fruit if you have it. Add a little mustard on the side for dipping if you'd like. This is the kind of meal you can make standing at the fridge with the door still open, which matters on days when even walking back and forth to a counter feels like more steps than you want to take. This combination gives you a solid mix of protein and calcium in one go. The cheese alone contributes meaningfully toward your daily calcium needs, which becomes increasingly important for bone density as you get older. Number 3, cottage cheese and peach bowl. This pairs naturally sweet and savory together, and it comes together in under 2 minutes with a single bowl and a spoon. Spoon a generous serving of cottage cheese into a bowl. Top with canned or fresh peach slices, and a light drizzle of honey if you'd like a bit more sweetness. That's the whole meal. If peaches aren't available, pineapple or any soft fruit works just as well in their place. This is a meal that doesn't ask you to stand for long, doesn't dirty more than one bowl, and still gives your body real protein and real nutrients on a day when that might be the only thing you manage to eat with any real intention behind it. Cottage cheese is one of the highest protein options per calorie of any dairy product, and pairing it with fruit adds natural fiber and vitamin C, making this a more balanced meal than its simplicity might suggest. Number 4, hummus and vegetable plate. This one leans on a store-bought shortcut without any guilt attached. Hummus does most of the work here, and that's exactly the point. Spoon a few tablespoons of hummus onto a plate, add sliced cucumber, baby carrots, or cherry tomatoes around it, whichever you already have washed and ready, or even pre-washed bagged versions if standing at a sink to wash vegetables feels like too much today. Add a few crackers or pita if you have them. There's no shame in leaning on a few convenient pre-prepared ingredients on a day when your energy simply isn't there. Hummus is made primarily from chickpeas, which means this plate delivers plant-based protein and fiber together, while the raw vegetables add vitamins and antioxidants without any nutrient loss from cooking. Number 5, yogurt and granola bowl. This is sweet, simple, and asks for almost nothing beyond opening a container and pouring. Spoon yogurt into a bowl. Greek yogurt if you want more protein, regular if that's what you have. Top with a handful of granola and a few berries if you have them on hand. That's the entire meal, ready in under a minute. On days when even the idea of making a meal feels overwhelming, it can help to remember that pouring something into a bowl still counts. Yogurt contains live probiotic cultures that support gut health, and pairing it with granola adds fiber and slow-releasing carbohydrates, helping keep your energy steadier than a sugary snack would. Number 6, egg salad from pre-boiled eggs. This one assumes you've got a few hard-boiled eggs already sitting in the fridge from a previous low-effort cooking session, which is exactly why batch boiling eggs ahead of time, on a day when you do have energy, is worth doing. Peel and chop 2 pre-boiled eggs in a bowl. Mix in a spoonful of mayonnaise, a pinch of salt and pepper, and a small pinch of paprika if you have it. Spread onto crackers or a slice of bread, or eat straight from the bowl with a fork. This is the entire reason having a stash of pre-boiled eggs in your fridge is worth the small effort on a better day. It turns a no-cook meal from whatever's easiest into something that actually feels like a proper dish. Eggs are one of the few foods that contain complete protein along with choline, a nutrient that supports brain and memory function, and having them pre-boiled means none of that nutritional value is lost to convenience. Number 7. Peanut butter and banana toast. If your toaster doesn't count as cooking in your mind, this is about as close to zero effort as a warm meal can get. Toast a slice of bread if you'd like it warm, or skip the toaster entirely and use it as is. Spread a generous layer of peanut butter across it, on top with banana slices and a light drizzle of honey if you'd like. That's the whole meal. Simple, filling, and naturally sweet. This one is worth keeping in your back pocket specifically for days when you want something that feels a little more like a treat than a chore. Peanut butter provides protein and healthy fats, while banana adds potassium, which supports healthy blood pressure. Together they make a more balanced combination than the simplicity of toast might suggest. Number 8. Caprese Plate. This one feels a little more special than the others on this list, but it's just as effortless. No cooking, just arranging. Slice fresh mozzarella and tomato if you have them, and layer them alternately on a plate. Drizzle with a little olive oil and balsamic vinegar if you have it, and add a pinch of salt and pepper. If fresh mozzarella isn't something you have on hand, any sliced cheese paired with tomato still works. There's something nice about a meal that looks like it took effort, even when it genuinely didn't. Tomatoes are rich in lycopene, an antioxidant linked to heart health, and pairing them with cheese adds calcium and protein, making the simple arrangement more nutritionally complete than it looks on the plate. Number 9. Canned soup, eaten cold or at room temperature. This might sound unusual, but many canned soups, particularly gazpacho or certain bean and vegetable soups, are genuinely meant to be eaten this way, and it removes the stove from the equation entirely. Pour a can of cold soup directly into a bowl. If you'd like, add a swirl of cream or a sprinkle of fresh herbs on top if you have them. That's it. No heating required at all. If a hot soup is what you're craving, but a microwave is available even when the stove isn't manageable, that's a perfectly reasonable middle ground too. Many bean and vegetable-based soups retain most of their fiber and nutrients, whether served hot or cold, since the cooking already happened during canning, meaning skipping the stove here costs you nothing nutritionally. Number 10. Nut butter and apple slices. This is one of the simplest combinations on this entire list, and it requires only a knife and a jar. Slice an apple into wedges. Serve alongside a generous spoonful of peanut butter or almond butter for dipping. If slicing the apple itself feels like too much today, pre-sliced apple bags from the store work just as well. This is a meal that travels well too, if you'd rather eat it from the couch or a chair by the window instead of standing at a counter. The fiber in apple skin combined with the protein and healthy fats in nut butter creates a steady release of energy, which can help avoid the kind of energy crash that comes from sugary snacks alone. Number 11. Sardines on crackers. This one tends to be overlooked, but canned sardines are genuinely one of the most nutrient-dense, zero-effort proteins available, and they need nothing more than a can opener. Open a can of sardines and place a few on top of whole grain crackers. A small squeeze of lemon juice on top, if you have one nearby, brightens the flavor nicely. That's the entire meal. This is worth trying even if it feels unfamiliar, because a shelf stable can like this sitting in your pantry means you're never without a real protein option, no matter how low energy the day turns out to be. Sardines are among the richest sources of vitamin D and calcium you can get from food, both of which are critical for bone strength. And because they're eaten with the bones included, you get even more calcium than most people realize. Number 12. Trail mix and cheese plate. This rounds out the list with something that barely qualifies as assembling at all, more like simply opening a few containers. Place a small handful of trail mix or mixed nuts on a plate, add a few slices of any cheese you have on hand and a few crackers alongside. That's genuinely the entire meal, and it covers protein, healthy fats, and a bit of natural energy all at once. This is the meal to remember on the days when even a bowl feels like too much to reach for. A plate with a few things scattered on it still counts as taking care of yourself. Nuts provide healthy fats and a small amount of natural energy-boosting magnesium, while cheese rounds it out with protein and calcium, a combination that supports steady energy without needing a single ingredient to be cooked. 12 meals. Not one of them required a stove, an oven, or much energy at all. Because some days, that's exactly what you need. Which one are you trying first? Drop the number in the comments. We read every one. New recipes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Subscribe so you don't miss the next roundup.